live stream, and hopefully this time it will work. It's Kelly, also known as the Eclectic Empath, and I am here tonight sitting at my kitchen table on a Sunday. Woo! About to start a new week, and I don't like how close this camera is to my big mug, so there you go. I'm moving it back. I don't know if I'm going to catch anybody tonight. It is late on a Sunday, and a lot of people go to work tomorrow morning, but myself included. But I wanted to come on here because I am so deeply touched by everyone here on YouTube. You guys have been fantastic, and I just wanted to come on here and say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Last night I came on twice, and I talked about some things that are going on in my life right now, and I confessed some things that were very uncomfortable for me to talk about. And in the morning I woke up thinking, what the hell did I do last night? But I didn't regret a thing. Everyone has been so incredibly understanding and supportive, and it just reminded me how important it is that when we stumble, we don't just let ourselves fall flat on our face and then just lay there and writhe in pain. It's so important that when you stumble, even if you do fall and land on your face, that you pick yourself up and you brush it off and you keep fucking grinding, okay? And again, I apologize for my filthy mouth, but this is a live stream, and live streams are no hold barred, okay? No holds barred on a live stream. So whatever happens, whatever pops out of my mouth, it's coming out of my mouth. It's authentic. I apologize. Not so much. I mean, I know a lot of people don't really appreciate the swearing, so I try to limit it to be pleasant for y'all. But on the flip side, it's how it's coming out. So yeah, that's the last time I'm going to address my use of four-letter words. By the way, sorry about that. I'm grabbing my lotion, which is in a banana container, and it was important for me to share that so you know me better. So last night I came on here and I talked about having some problems with some narcissists, and they're ongoing and persistent, and my inability to just let loose, and it was so well received from everyone, and I got some private messages, and I talked with some people, and I had a wonderful phone conversation with a dear friend last night, and I feel so much better and so much more ready to take on the world. I had to come on here and not only thank you guys, but encourage you guys to do the same. If there's something that's burdening you right now, let it go and start living, because you don't know, today may be your last. So that's what I'm going to do. This is the start of a new week. We just got this big thing off my chest that this shit was going on. And whether I like it or not, it's going to be going on until it's finally over. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, it doesn't even matter anymore what I'm talking about. It's a non-issue, okay? But what is an issue is that everyone here was so full of love and so supportive. And it not only allowed me to get through that hurdle that I was having, but it also is allowing me to move forward and be a more productive and whole person from here on out. And for me, that is everything that I wanted plus more. I feel as though, I don't know. I know it's not healthy or good to rely on other people to build you up, okay? And that's not what happened here. But sometimes just knowing that you have support and you have love, and that there are still good people in this world, it makes a huge difference. And I guess all of my crazy excitement aside, that is what is going on right now. I am overjoyed right now and overfilled with love. And I feel as though I just had to come on here real quick and just express my gratitude. And I want to remind anybody here who's suffering or having a difficult time that it does get better. It always gets better. And I am going to be better to my YouTube family from here on out. I apologize about my neglect. I apologize for not giving you the content that you're worthy of. And it's going to be some good times. Thank you so much to anybody and everyone who's been still out there, who's supporting my channel, who's supporting me. And, you know, there are so many beautiful and creative individuals out here. Sometimes I feel as though I don't even belong here, but I am here and I thank you sincerely. So I'm not going to be on here very long. I'm just drinking my coffee. And showing a little bit of love because you guys have been so loving to me. I am next weekend thinking about, and if anybody hears this or has any ideas, you know, let me know what you think, either throughout the stream if you come in or in the comment section down below. If you saw my video from last night, I talk about the fact that I'm doing an upcoming event where I will be featuring some of my arts and crafts. Oh no, Vocals! Hello! Hello! I have to stop my tangent and say hi. Vocals, I'm so glad to see you're back on. I haven't seen you in a while. I see that you're back in the grind. I am too, and that was one of the things that I had talked about last night. It has been a little bit difficult. For anybody who's not familiar with my situation, my story, I was working for a company that was as needed, and so it was very feast or famine. Sometimes we worked, 10 days straight and, 12, 14-hour days, and then sometimes we didn't work at all for a couple weeks. And so it was difficult not only financially, but also to plan a life, So I got really, really accustomed to not working here and there. So if you guys saw me on here a lot, that's why. I might actually talk about that whole situation in another video because there's some interesting stuff. And I know sometimes with my live streams, it can get a little long-winded. But just kind of giving the short version of it, I was working for an extreme cleaning company, and we would work for hoarders, and we would do cleanup after bad things happened. We'll just leave it at that for the sake of this. And so it was very much as needed. And now I'm back to a regular type job where I'm working the Monday through Friday, and it is an adjustment. So Vocals, yes, I recall that you were moving. I hope that you're settled in now and that you're back. I was starting to wonder where the heck you were. Kind of like FEMA. It was like mini FEMA. It was like mini FEMA. And we would jump in and obviously work with hoarders. And if you're not familiar with what hoarders are, it's a mental illness that people suffer, that they have a problem getting rid of items that are sometimes useless or in some cases unsanitary. And usually they have things in abundance. So we're talking about those houses that are just packed to the gills and sometimes very filthy too. And it's not a safe environment to be in. It's not a good place to be in. And so the company that I was working with, it was a small team. We would go in and we would clear it out, and we would make it sanitary for the homeowner to come back to. But yes, we also, how do you say this politely? We cleaned up after situations. So crimes. Okay, so at least Vocals here, you understand kind of what I'm talking about. I really enjoyed the work. I really, really enjoyed the work, but I Unfortunately, with some of the exposure, there was a little bit of a problem. I was having nonstop respiratory issues, and it was something where I don't want to get too far into it because, work things, but I miss it, but back to the regular grind. So now also, but then in addition to that, I've had my little personal issues, which are no longer an issue at all. It is now a non-issue because we've addressed it, and I feel all better about things. And again, I come on here to thank everybody for being so incredibly understanding, not only for my inconsistencies, my absences, but sometimes I think I haven't really been giving the time and attention that I should to each video that I'm putting out here. And so when I do put out videos, I'm going to try to be a little bit more thoughtful because you guys seriously deserve that. You think I should write a book? I always said I wanted to. I've always wanted to write a book. And the only thing is that I have the attention span of a small child, if you can't tell. And so I will be, I'll sit down with the computer, and the next thing you know, I'm buying some shit off of eBay. It actually happened to me yesterday. I don't even remember what I sat down to do, what my intention was. But the next thing I know, I was on Wish, and I ordered a bunch of stuff. And whatever it was I was supposed to be doing, I don't think ever got done. So that's my only concern with that. But I've always wanted to kind of like maybe write a little bit of a story, because my story is there's some interesting things going on there. There are some interesting things going on there. I'm not going to lie. Between the fact that, as I revealed in one of my videos, and thank you, Vocals, by the way, I hope, well, I like to think that I'm not dumb. Sometimes I'm a little flighty. But, and I do have a great support system, because obviously, everything that I've been through, which, I really haven't gone into depth about all the amazement that is my existence, but everything that I've gone through and everything that I've put my family through, and yeah, I have a wonderful support system. But like I was saying, I, even from young age on, I have a pretty decent story to tell between, well, it started out with parochial school, and I didn't fit in very well. And that's a story in and of itself. And, then it went into public school, and that didn't last, so I never went to high school. And, oh, you are so kind to me. And then, in my 20s, it was quite an experience as well. Some of the things that I've done, I've had many very, very interesting experiences, which has probably made me, more of who I am today and why I'm an eclectic person. And so if anybody's interested in knowing more about that, I'm very happy to talk about it if anybody's interested. I guess sometimes I don't talk about myself because it's like, well, why the hell do you want to know about me? Maybe, I am only 25. That is correct. I'm 25. I am not a paper cup. Actually, I am not ashamed to say, and I'm always saying it, I'm 40. I'm fucking 40. So, and yeah, so I always looked forward to being 40 because I figured by the time I hit a certain age, I would have my thoughts together more. And I'll tell you something, in the weeks, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like to think that, like, you know, it's not too bad, you know, the getting a little lines across here, but you know, we don't have any serious emergencies yet. Not that that should matter, you know, because every line and every wrinkle on my face is just part of my story. And I'm very proud of who I am. I'm very proud of where I'm at right now, even though, you know, just like everybody else, I'm not where I want to be necessarily, or, you know, 50 looks real good, you know, like now that I have reached 40, and I wanted to do a talk just about that one of these days. It's like once you hit it, you realize, you know, I was watching a TV show today and these ladies were like, we're all in our 40s. And I turned to my husband and I'm like, wait, we don't look like that, do we? It's like, it seems so incredibly old, but it's really not. And like being 40, it's like I finally understand a little bit more. You know, I realize how much it doesn't matter what people care about, what you're doing, as long as, you know, you're doing good and you're doing right by others. And when I say doing good, I'm not being ignorant with my language. I'm saying you're doing, you know, right by other people. And that's what matters to me. You know, and that's the other thing. I mean, I'd love to talk. Thank you, Vocals, for bringing this up, because I would like to share that, you know, I haven't always been a good person, and I haven't always been love and light, and this is actually quite a new me. And it's something that I had to learn with time, but you know, it's something that now that I do know about, I want to spread that word, you know, and I want to spread that to other people. Actually, I really wanted to put out there that there's a current situation going on in the YouTube community, and I don't mean to be like 16 again and be like, oh, I was watching this makeup artist drama, but I was, and it kind of compelled me to see how these public figures were handling things where, you know, there were some little disputes between different people. It was, if anybody's familiar with the YouTube community, like the big YouTubers, you know, there are a lot of makeup people, and some of them, including James Charles and Jeffree Star and Tati, are having some conflicts, and it's all happening online. And it's so interesting to see how each individual is handling their situation, because, you know, one of the things that I've learned in my older age is about how toxic people work, because I didn't know. I didn't realize that, you know, not everybody had your best intentions in mind. I never realized until I was a little bit older that I didn't always have everybody's best interest in mind at one point in time. And I don't want to be that person anymore. And I don't want to see other people be that way anymore, because toxic people can change as long as, you know, as long as they don't have a malignant personality disorder that is not our place to try to fix, which toxic people aren't really, you know, our place to fix either. But my role in this world is to, hello, Brian, is to not fix people, but to let them know where I've come from and how my development is unrolling. Because like I said, I mean, I would have considered myself Kelly at age 38 versus Kelly at age 40. I was a different person. I was a different person, and I wasn't always a good person. Oh, Vocals, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a very, very difficult situation to be in. But, you know, keeping a positive attitude is one way to do things. You know, like I said at the beginning of this video, you know, I'm so very grateful for all the love and support that I've gotten, because it reminded me to be a positive person. And now that it's out there in the open, what's happened, I don't feel like I have to be ball gagged anymore. You know what I'm saying? It like, I actually felt like I had a gag in my mouth and I couldn't even try to, speak and express myself, because anything and everything that I thought that I felt, it was like, well, you can't say that because somebody might see it, and somebody might use that against you because, well, and that's the difference as well between somebody who is good or somebody who is not good, because somebody who is malignantly toxic will hold things against you. And yes, I just want to put out there, as long as there are multiple people in the room, please, if you get a chance, check out each other's channels. I'm going to say right now that there are two people that I know for a fact are in here. Teach Self-Awareness, Brian from Teach Self-Awareness, and Vocals 43. You both have been victims of my poetry shoutouts because you're both awesome. And you guys both have awesome channels, and you guys should check each other out, give each other some love and support. You're worth it. You don't have to sit here and listen to my rant. That's one of the things I hate about doing live streams, because you start ranting and I feel bad for the people who come in after the party. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Vocals, for saying that. I don't expect to be the next Tony Robbins with inspiration, but if I can come on here and I can, I always say, if I can reach one person and just show them, because like I said, I'm the first to admit that I have not always been a very good person. I have not always made the best decisions like everybody else, but I've been toxic in my life. And I look back sometimes and it's like, I've done some horrible things. I've said some terrible things. And in some cases, yes, sometimes it's induced by your environment and things like that. And, there's empath wear out, which is real. And, but, well, and Vocals, I'm just going to read what you said. You said, sometimes you do so much for everyone else, it's time to let someone listen to you, and we're here for you. Okay, so that's kind of where the empath wear out comes in. It's like sometimes when you're an empath in particular, you do go out and try to do things for people. If I were to everyday log everybody that I talk to, that, I try to guide, I'm the type of person where people come to me and they'll ask me for some advice, and I don't bother them after that. It's up to the individual who's coming to me if they want to come back to me and follow up with me or not, because my role here is not to be a dictator. My role here is to hear you out, tell you the truth, what I know to be the truth, and what I know to be right, and then to set you free to make decisions for yourself. And every day, every day of my life, I have contact with at least one person that, is like, I'll just put it out there. Last week, I had somebody in the middle of the night message me because they had some very serious problems. And I'm not going to get into what those problems were, because also, the confidentiality agreement is greater than that with your lawyer, greater than that with your doctor. When you're talking with the empath, there's a confidentiality agreement. So, and yes, Vocals, that quote that you're giving us is, nobody is perfect, and that's true. But every day I can strive to be better, and every day I can strive to be more the person that I know I'm meant to be. So what I was saying was, last week, somebody hit me up in the middle of the night, and they had some very serious problems. And I talked to them, and I guided them what I felt they should do. I actually sent them some links to some of my videos, and I said, you know, this might help you with these problems, because sometimes part of the reason I like doing videos is because then you can kind of blanket certain topics and you don't have to continue to go back and, you know, repeat the same thing. Because a lot of times when it comes to relationships, which is oftentimes part of the problem, because if you're having a difficult life and things aren't going well, most likely, you know, your relationships are kind of suffering too. And so there's always that relationship advice that goes into it. And so I was able to do that. And I have not followed up with this person. It is up to that person to come to me and, you know, let me know if they need any additional guidance or anything like that. Our videos are like our little employees. Yes, that's what it is. It's like you can just, they're like little soldiers. And you can just kind of send them out and be like, okay, here you go. So I don't know how I got on such an extraordinary rant here. But we initially, you know, I initially came on here to thank my YouTube family for all of the love and support. And because last night when I addressed some things that were super difficult for me, not only was it cathartic as all get out, like I just feel so much better about being able to come on here. I feel as though I'm back to my authentic self, and I am making, you know, my commitment to you guys is going to be to give you more of what you want, more of what you deserve, and to hopefully engage a little bit better. I'm having, you know, it's still an adjustment with this work thing. Like, I have some cleaning to do tonight before I go to bed. So there's that, you know, because it's different when you're out of work for a while, or you're out of work in between, and then all of a sudden you go back and you're doing the full grind. But I'm very grateful for it. Oh no! I see that RSS is here. Let me go back and make sure that I'm reading these comments. Oh, it's gonna be down here. Okay, and so to address this comment by RSS, I'm going to in just 1 second. Okay, cool. You guys are great. Okay, so I didn't even know what the word empath was until about a year ago. I didn't. Oh no, it's Rebel too. Oh my gosh, everyone is so fantastic. There's a bunch of fantastic. E-Money is here with her coffee. I am not a paper cup. I've had this cup since I was, oh, never mind. Everything is going to start falling into place and going effortlessly because I've unlocked that lock. And I love you too. And I've, you know, last night coming on here and just being like, screw it, I don't care. This is what's going on. There is a narcissist out there who is messing with me, and they are continuously trying to up everything that I am trying to do. Every step that I take, they're trying to get in front of it. You know, letting that just out and just saying, screw it, I don't care if they know that I'm talking about it, was so relieving to me. But then to see that, like, you know, nobody was like, okay, whiner, you know, this is like a big excuse. It's like a lot of support, because this is really difficult, you know. But Brian from Teach Self-Awareness, I'm just going to put this, oh, I got to say one more time, while you guys are in here, everyone that's in this chat right now is cool. I think just about everyone. Okay, wait. Somebody just offered Rebel. You guys are great. Yes, hit the button. But also check each other out, because everybody that's in here is amazing. Everybody's got a great channel. Which is why I do my poetry shout outs too, because I want you guys to get to know each other, because sometimes you can just really find channels where it's like, I had no idea that there were such cool YouTube channels too, you know. My whole, I could do a video about every day of my life sometimes, I'm telling you. We're getting the banana back into the situation. My hand lotion. My whole, what's the word I'm looking for? My whole introduction to YouTube. And I know I've talked about it a little bit in the past, but the only way that I even became somebody who is watching videos on YouTube, because I never really did, you know, other than, oh, we have to fix the dryer. Let's see if there's a video on YouTube. And there was. But, because YouTube is amazing. You can do anything on YouTube. But it was when I typed into my Google search, what is wrong with me? Because I was in a situation where I was having a relationship with somebody that every time I was around them, and I know I've kind of talked about this before, but every time I was around them, I felt really bad. And I felt like I was constantly doing the wrong thing. And it was like I tried so hard to make it work. And it had to be me. It had to be me. So I Googled, what is wrong with me? And as I scrolled through, I found out about narcissistic personality disorder, which is why I kind of talk about that a lot, because even if there are people on here that don't want to hear it because the word narcissist is so overused, and it really is, you know, everybody says, oh, that person there, they're looking in a mirror, they're a narcissist. That's not what it is. And for anybody who wants to challenge me on my ability to learn about this very complex, sorry, there's a moth in my house. There's always a moth in my house. This very complicated personality disorder, you know, feel free to, because I did my homework before I started talking about this subject. And along the way, not only did I realize that you could learn all sorts of stuff and you could just, you know, it's an absolutely amazing place, but there are also so many awesome YouTubers out here. There are so many. Tremendous was the one we decided. That's the adjective I'm going to start using, is tremendous. There are so many tremendous YouTubers out here, and there are so many people doing different things that are so super cool. You can see anything from, you know, Karen Cusin dancing in her kitchen to Vocals 43 talking about fixing cars, but also his amazing interactions with his family. Okay. RSS does ASMR videos. If you're not familiar with that, go check it out. I'm telling you, my sleep is so much better. And I realized that my pica, or weird food cravings, are completely normal. Yes, Rebel, I met Karen through you, which is another thing. There's these interactions, and you guys are just fantastic. There are so many wonderful things out here, and there are so many wonderful people out here. And you can really find, you know, by watching each other's channels, you can open doors to things that you never knew you would even be interested in. And so I encourage you all to check each other out along the way. And again, that's why I do my poetry shout outs, because I hope that, well, for one, it's my way of saying, like, you have a cool channel. And Rebel, I owe you one yet. I gotta get you. And, you know, there's just great things. You guys are all fantastic. Yeah. The dancing. I know, and Karen's not even in this chat, and we're sitting here talking about her. So, Reb, if you talk to her, like, tell her we're sorry, but we're having a conversation about her, because it's one of those things where it's like, it's so different, you know. It's like, holy cow, here's a channel where this person, if anybody's not familiar with this channel, you should be, because it's crazy. She dances. She, like, listens to music and she dances, and it's like, try having a bad day after seeing that. I dare you. Okay, yes, and that's another thing. Okay, Karen also made a video for Rebel's daughter, okay, for her birthday. And as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what it was about because she used a nickname, and it was so cool to see. It was just, when I say my YouTube family, I mean my YouTube family, because there are some seriously authentic people on here. Are there jerks along the way? Sure. Are there trolls along the way? Sure. Are there intolerant along the way? Absolutely. But there's also this core of fantastic people. And, you know, sometimes we're not into each other's niches necessarily, but you realize that there's a person behind that niche. I don't even know what the hell my niche is. Yes, I do. My niche is eclectic. My niche is sitting at my kitchen table drinking coffee at 10 o'clock at night when I have to work in the morning and when I should be washing these dishes. Woo! Anyway, so with all this said, I don't know if it annoys people when I go live. I didn't want to make this video and not be authentic. And I really just wanted to say thank you to everybody, because I feel as though I can be authentic again. And I was really, really, really feeling stifled. You know, vocals and okay, hold on. We gotta go back here. I do have a lot of energy right now, vocals, just going there, but you guys have all been there for me, so it's nothing about that. But then RSS, Jace Jacobs just came into this too. So another person who's not in this chat, we're gonna just quick put it out there that Jace Jacobs Jar of Poetry, awesome channel. There's another one where if you have 2 to 3 minutes a day, even if you don't, I have, like I said, 0 attention span, so I usually jack up my speeds to 2 times when I watch videos that are talking, and I can take it all in. It's crazy. But Jace Jacobs every day posts a video with like a 2 to 3 minute long poem. He also does a shout out for people, okay? Try to have a bad day after that. Just saying. So just quick going back, Vocals and Rebel, I just wanted to quick say that both of you guys have used the term nuke people. I have some haters. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any haters on here. I've actually, other than, like I said, this one time I had this influx of trolls. And they weren't even people who follow my page. They were just, well, I'm going to be honest, because somebody asked me today who the trolls were. Like, there was somebody with Adolf Hitler as their icon, and they were saying some disgusting, deplorable things. And those were the kind of levels of trolls. I don't know what happened. That's never happened to me before. It's never happened to me since. But obviously, I promote equality and love, and I do not promote hate in any way. And that is the one thing I will not tolerate, is any form of hate. I don't care who you pray to. If you don't pray at all, I don't care who you're in love with, or if you're not in love with anybody at all. Those things have nothing to do with me. And I don't, that is wonderful. If you have love and light and hope in your life, that is all I care about. I mean, I care what you like. I want to hear what you like. I want to hear your thoughts. But I don't want to hear people banging heads about it, because you're not going to change my opinions. I'm not going to change your opinions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, oh, you believe in that? Well, this is what I believe in. Isn't that cool? And then we can like bump knuckles together and we can hug it out, you know, because that's the reality of how I feel. You know, it's, I have opinions, believe it or not. I have strong opinions, and sometimes I mouth off and I shouldn't, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't care if your opinions conflict with mine, as long as you're in a place of love. That's all that I care about. If it's hatred, that's where I shut it down. And those trolls that night, I don't know where the hell they came from, but it was like this little army of little hateful people. We'll just leave it at that. And I won't repeat anything that was said that night, but well, and there were a few mixed in comments about, you know, I should do a toothpaste commercial, which I take it as a compliment. tell I was watching Toddlers and Tiaras today? Oh, anyway, so quick, get back to this. So no, I don't really want to nuke anybody, but you know, kind of. I don't know why all of a sudden my comments didn't come up, but I'm just going back. And yes, I mean, you know, I don't care if spoofy. Wait, what? Huh. Okay, thank you, Brian, for popping in. And yeah, no, I feel like these chains have been lifted off my brain. So I have to know about this spoofy. So one of the things I'm going to quick put out there in my live stream, just for anybody, I mean, I always put this out there, but like, Rev, we've been trying to talk and stuff like that. Anybody who wants to reach me at any given time, I am available 24/7. That's part of what I do as an empath. I have my email address listed on my About Me page. And it's also, I'm just going to give it out right here. It's AuthenticEmpath@outlook.com. Anybody who wants to reach me one-on-one at any time, I get my messages right away. It comes through my phone. And I have phone conversations with people. I have personal videos that I do for people. Like, never hesitate if, you know, I've had people say to me, like in comments, that they'd love to talk about something. Brian, love and light. Oh, you're talking about a super troll. Okay. That's so interesting because I'm picturing just like the two of you. It's like good versus evil, because Rev, you are totally a cool dude. And like, you have so many cool people around you too. You always have good people in your chats. And I always miss your chats. Like, I'll be at work and it'll be like, zzz, zzz. You know, it's like, damn it. All right, Vocals, you have a good night as well. Get some sleep, peaceful dreams, because those are so good. I love having peaceful dreams. Also, if you can't tell, I took a nap today, which is probably another reason. So, Rev, yes, it's like, that's what I picture, is like this little good versus evil. That sucks that there are people that do things like that. I don't understand the purpose of anybody, you know, trying to cause trouble with another person online, especially, you know, I guess it's easy target because, you know, you can hide behind whatever face you want to put out there. Like right now I'm sitting here with candles burning, and in reality, I have a sink full of dirty dishes right in front of me. So yeah, there's that. So I don't know, Betty Washam. Oh, thank you very much, Vocals. Thank you very much. Peaceful dreams to you as well. And I'm so very glad that you could come on here today. I've missed you. On that note, I should be wrapping this up soon. I feel like I just came on here and ranted, and I feel terrible because then people will go back and they'll say, oh, I watched your video. And it's like, oh my God, I was on for an hour and you're watching that? There's nothing even that interesting happening. So anyway, anybody who's looking to have a one-on-one conversation, you guys know how to do it now. Please feel free to hit me up that way if you want to, and we can arrange to have a conversation if you want to about anything. I put myself out there because you guys are wonderful. Each and every one of you are great individuals. Oh, RSS, you have some good sleep. All right. So on that note, though, I need to also get my stuff together here so that I can be ready in the morning also. And I have to do a little cleaning up in here. And it is 10:22 where I'm at. So that means it is time for me to check out. But I want to personally thank everybody, not only who's here now, but also who has been, you know, so incredibly supportive, just for giving me the opportunity to, I feel like my channel is doing one of these things, and I just appreciate so very much all the love and support. And last night, everybody just kind of letting me get it out, and now I'm ready to say you to any hindrance, and I'm back, bitches. I'm back. So I'm really, really happy. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up and say good night. And oh my gosh, it's even later there than, oh, go to sleep, my kindred sister. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. There's so much love here. There's so much love here. And it's a good thing. And I hope that you guys are feeling that love in return, because I definitely am feeling that love. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. I'm going to say good night. I'm going to say love and light. You guys know how to reach me if anybody has anything that you want to address one-on-one. I always look forward to it. It's part of what I do, because I'm an empath. All right, I'm going to head out of here, but love, love, love to everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving me back my sanity and my peace of mind. And I look forward to everything that we are going to be doing in the future. Mwah! Love and light.